What is going on, YouTube? AJ here, doing another Let's Play of Final Fantasy XI Online Retail on the Bahamut server. And I am really upset with this chair. Really upset with this chair. That's one thing. If anybody knows a sack of little worm mulch. What? What? Worm mulch, huh? This better be worth 10 million gil. If anybody knows of... Let's see. Okay, well, I should probably get that. If anybody knows of a chair, I like a desk chair, an office chair, or whatever. Whoa. Okay. I have no idea what this is used for, but... we get 300 grand off of it. Yes, please. And we just got, what do you call it? Our login. Great. Sorry, this is a lunch break email. Just got a tracking number I needed. Cool. If anybody knows of a chair, like a desk chair, I don't want to spend more than $100. I know that's probably my problem, but I just don't see the point in it. And I don't want a racing chair. I'm not a... Even though my car actually kind of has like the same the same kind of chair. I've said this before. It's on I have a really old Acura, and to be honest, that Acura is the most comfortable seat I own. Whenever I sit in that car, I'm like, oh, this is so nice. Yeah, so I bought this. I bought this at my current chair. And we're gonna do another KB. We're gonna do another KB before we start the episode. I bought my chair. I had, when we were buying the house, back in July, August of last year, there was a special deal where you get a year of Sam's Club membership for, I think, like $12 or something. I was like, yeah, why not? And I bought this chair at Sam's Club, and it was like, I think the Serta brand, but from what I understand, Serta normally makes beds in the U.S. I don't know if Serta is abroad or not, but Serta makes mattresses normally. But I think that they just sell their name to like crappy Chinese like furniture, because I had actually got a futon before the futon I got now, for my office. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes I will take a lunch break nap rather than a lunch break video. So I like to have the futon down here so I don't have to like have the kids running around upstairs, running through the bedrooms. I don't want him to be like, I have nowhere to go. So I bought a futon, and it was a Serta brand, and it was the worst thing I've ever sat on, and that was a bitch to return. I had to bring this thing to like a FedEx store, and it was an old man in there, and he couldn't lift it, so I had to like bring it in the back for him. Anyway, yeah, this chair is a Serta chair as well. And when I first got it, it was really comfortable. Obviously, that's kind of not the case anymore. It's not bad. I usually was buying my desk chairs from like Amazon, but I bought like 2 chairs in a row from Amazon that I had to return those 2 because they were just you couldn't sit in them for like 5 minutes without your butt hurting. So I decided to get this one at Sam's Club, and it was fine. But I mean, it should last longer than it has. It's creaking. The faux leather like material on it. I'm sure everybody's familiar with those chairs. The faux leather is like already tearing, and I don't wear anything on these chairs. Like, there's nothing like. Well, I am clothed, but I don't wear anything that's like, like, oh, it's my jeans had rivets on them and tore it. I'm not wearing. I wear sweatpants or shorts really at work. So I just don't know. I think it just starts crumbling. Love to get a new chair, but I don't want to. Let's see if anybody out there knows of a good brand or whatever. All right, let's go to. Which is funny. That's a thing we could talk about. So yeah, I'm lucky enough to work from home at my job, and it's funny because I looked over this morning and I'm like, oh yeah, I wear like right now I'm wearing sweatpants and a hoodie, which is wonderful, just wonderful. But I have like one polo, one what are they called? I forgot the type of shirt it is. What's it called? Shoot. Is anybody here? No. Okay, good. It's not like a dress shirt. It's kind of like it's a button down, but it's not like anything fancy. Oxford. I think they call them Oxfords. I have an Oxford down here and a tie. So if I need to, as I have said, and it's one of the reasons that I don't do face cam, is that I have a client-facing position where I'm on video calls, not often, maybe twice a week. So when they're like, hey, can we have a video call at 2 p.m. at like 1:30, I'll put on my Oxford and my tie and run to the bathroom and shave real quick. So that's that. But yeah, nope, normally in sweatpants or shorts or whatever's comfortable. But yeah, this chair, like when I hear it creaking, and now I'm there's a couple of videos that I've watched where people make fun of and I don't jive with this. I don't think I'm condoning it. Make fun of heavier people, and they count how many times the chair creaks or squeaks when they're in it. Like, I'm not that big. I'm a big dude, but I'm not that big. And I'm just terrified now that people are going to go back and start listening. Uh-oh, that chair was creaking that day. But yeah, definitely would like to get a new chair. All right. Okay. I think the last couple of times that we've done this, there have been elementals around. So maybe there being no elementals is a sign that we'll get our ring drop finally. Irrepressible might. That's pretty cool. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Objective list. Unity. Reading emails while I was... So, is that... Did that say... Damn it. Oh no. Meet Horn Crystal. Boy. One day. Like I said, one day we're going to get it. We're just not going to even notice because we're just like so tuned out of it. Like we're not even like thinking we're going to get it. So. All right. Okay, so nothing from KB Boo. Let's go ahead and sell that junk and head over to Ot Ergon. Maybe I just need to spend an insane amount on a chair, but I don't know. I mean, I sit in it's like I totally sit in my chair enough where my girlfriend yelled at me. She yelled at me pretty bad. When I was looking for chairs, because she's right. I mean, I spend anywhere between 8 and 12 hours a day at work, and then possibly another 1 to 2 hours making videos. It's like just buy a good chair, and I'm like, oh, I want the best deal. How about this one? Yeah, I've said many times on these Let's Plays, I am really cheap. I am really cheap. I think this chair that I'm using now costs $65. $65 chair. I know shouldn't last forever, but I think it should last for at least a year. That's what I say. Oh, and another thing that I wanted to, I guess this is what is this? Crowdsourcing information from you people? Let me know. Okay, so I am way out of the game. Let's put it this way. What I'm going to ask is about a SSD. Now, the last time that I did anything personally, examine the cushion. What is the cushion? a cushion. Whoa, water. You have my thanks. I am embarrassed that you witnessed such a spectacle. Of all people, it had to be you. In ordinary times, I tend to enjoy some lovely Yagudo cherries at fine establishments. But lately, I've been working tirelessly with no increase in pay and my meager wages going to endless expenses. I have laid hands on only week-old fried fish in an attempt to save coin, but I eventually succumbed to the worst horror of all, apple vinegar. It sliced a burning hole in my throat, and I was sure I would never see the sun rise again. If she saw how I was writhing about, she would certainly have cut my recompense, I don't know what that means, to worse than it even is now. I bid you, please keep this incident between us. Your word is as good as your deeds. Permit me to share something with you. Several moons ago, I had an occasion to visit this land for reasons I would prefer to keep to myself. I traveled to a place known as Juneau, where an institute of learning unveiled a new type of magic called trust. I was in attendance, and it struck me that it was awfully similar to the Utsusemi technique of the East. I had to learn more, so I hurried to volunteer. What did I have to lose? Despite my Yagudo heritage, they agreed to let me take part in their grand experiment. It did my heart good to know that egalitarian organizations existed in such a strange land. I have learned that you, too, are a participant of this initiative of theirs. Would you do me the great honor of engaging in the ritual with me? The ephemeral links that bind us will not lead us astray. Destructive, you and I are but two foot soldiers fighting for a greater cause. Or put another way, we have feasted on rice cooked in the same pot, sharing our lives as well as our meals. Is that not so? Our bonds are strong indeed. Come, the time is now. I am confident that my alter ego's combat prowess will not disappoint you, and what my alter ego does in my stead will only strengthen Salahim's sentinels. Perhaps it is time I ask her for one of those bonuses I keep hearing about. Cool. I think that I do kind of remember Gesho from the last time I played. I think he is a ninja, which is cool. Cool. So my crowd sourcing information will have to wait until we do another cutscene, I think. Uh-oh, there's a convict outside. I gotta read on how to get that Celteus trust. It's probably Rhapsodies or something. Is she still getting ready? How could she still be getting ready? She must still be getting ready. Although I really don't think the ambassador, plenipotentiary from Windhurst will have time to talk shop the moment she sets foot in Elzabi. Ah, destructive. Excellent timing. You must help me convince President Naja to speed up her preparations. At this rate, we'll miss the ambassador's arrival. Ab Cuba. Yes, ma'am. How do I look from the back? Is everything tucked in and tied up? Yes, ma'am. Just perfect. Okay, now we must get a move on. You in a hurry? Well, the ambassador. I thought we should at least be present when she arrives to make a good impression. Well. Looks like some of my business sense is finally rubbing off on you. Were you thinking I just wanted to get a glimpse of those Cardians Ibwam's been writing to us from Windhurst? No, ma'am. That would be like comparing Cap Lumbaga to dragons. Simple-minded variety of turtle that inhabits the lakes and marshes of the Near East. Those inferior contraptions couldn't hold a candle to the automatons of At Urgan, especially a masterpiece like Neijing. Neijing. Ah, the partner of that puffed-up puppet Avjang. You gotta wonder how that palace picks its puppeteers. President Naja. You might be overheard by the immortals. Those automatons belong to the previous emperor and empress. And the royal puppeteer is... Wait, don't leave without me. Blah, blah, blah. What? Not long now. The charter ferry should be here soon. So which should I say is better? I was specifically forbidden to return to Windhurst until I had the answer to that question. Oh no. If she's grown impatient enough to come see for herself, then what might she do to me? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I trust you had a pleasant journey. I have breathlessly awaited your arrival. Your greeting is appreciated, Rodin Kamadin. My pleasure, King of Hearts. However, I feel like I have to talk like a robot. Overlong greetings are a waste of time, and remember this is enemy territory. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That will do, King of Hearts. Rodin Kamadin has been long in these parts. Dr. Shan, Lady Karababa. I hate to admit when such things are my fault. How silly of me to employ such a dolt. These, the representatives of the city have come to greet you. He. So many important people with so little to do. Well, I have come as an ambassador for an entire nation. My presence should be cause for pomp and celebration. Dr. Shan. Ah, Lady Karababa. The adventure in question is just over there. Are you hard of hearing? This is enemy territory. Mind your tongue. Ho ho ho. This is a battle for information, and we stand in the center of our rival nation. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to the Empire of At Urgan. The Empress awaits you within the palace, Lady Karababa. This way, if you please. Your security is quite tight. We apologize for any inconvenience. And this is to protect me, am I right? Or could it be this nation stands in fear of me? We would never. Pay your obeisance? Obeisance? I never heard that one either. Hello. Did the puppet find a voice? Although I don't think think its first utterance was a wise choice. Perhaps it is malfunctioning. I asked you to pay your obeisance. He. Most definitely malfunctioning. A soulless puppet should never have been compared to the Cardians. There, why don't you try your greeting again? I do not wish to repeat myself. Our nation has its own laws. Foreign visitors would do well to mind their tongues. It appears to be true when they say the further west you travel in Urgum, the less civilized people become. He. Do you consider yourself royalty now? This one may require a complete refitting. I am king among the Cardians. You will tell me your rank. What did you say? Are you a 2? A 3? Perhaps even a jack? Ha ha ha. You, how dare you speak to us in that? Oh, I think I broke it. speak to us. I am such a fool. The Grand Vizier will be furious with me. What is the matter? Like I always say, crying won't solve anything. I know, there is something I can do. Yes, Neijing was merely mimicking the Empress. Avjang, would you please wake Neijing up again? If I must. Oh, what a fascinating contrivance, I must say. Do your automatons often break down in this way? No, Lady Krababa. This rarely... The wonderful Cardians of my homeland, you see, are notoriously well made and quite problem-free. He, you must stop, Lady Krababa. It is obvious we cannot be compared to junk like this. Impudence. Such sudden swing in performance? Such unreliable technology? Enough. Away with you. And where do you suggest I go? There is nothing but ocean behind me. Infuriating, but I seem to have redirected their attention. That Cardian really makes my oil boil. We cannot forgive this insolence, Afmao. I suppose, but they are honored guests of the Grand Vizier. Humph, sigh. How can you let them insult you so? It does not bother me. Neijing must be upset to the point of tears. That king of huffiness needs to be taught a lesson. There must be something. I have an idea. An idea? Listen, Afmao. We seem to have lost the puppet again. Is this the kind of welcome you provide for visitors to Ot Ergon? My apologies. This way, Lady Krababa. Hello, and I thought we were through. It appears my welcome is still to continue. Oh, so you resort to fists when words cannot win for you. Lady Krababa, this is clearly a case of self-defense. Permission to utilize physical force. Ho. Why, this is just part of the fun. I wouldn't dream of asking you to turn tail and run. Hee, some endurance, but completely lacking combat skill. And he leveled up, that's pretty cool. And now my welcome has come to an end, a rather sad showing for an international friend. I expected tigers and marids and wildlife galore, not one giant puppet. This really was quite a bore. Once again, I apologize. Now, if you would just follow me to the palace, the Empress awaits. You know what? I don't think I will. I feel the need to spend some of my gil. What? Rodin Kamadin? Yes, Lady Krababa. I wish to partake in some exotic sweets. Would you know where to find some delectable treats? Of course, there's a wonderful place just down this way. The clientele is a little varied, however. The stranger the better, I always say. Come, King of Hearts, let us be on our way. But the Empress, an ambassador to your nation, has just been assaulted by your automated vandal. This could lead to an international scandal. I require sweets to soothe my anger and forget this affront. But you have no say in the matter, to be quite blunt. Sweets are best for the weary soul. Understood. During the voyage, the ocean spray dampened this Cardian's power. And still your vaunted automaton simply wilted like a flower. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, Shantoto. Offjang, are you awake? Why Afmao? Why couldn't Neijing say anything? I'm sorry. But look, Offjang. Come on, look. I've changed my clothes. Changed your clothes? Hee hee. Oh, you're wearing the red outfit. If I wear this one, no one will ever realize it's us. Does this mean you finally decided to carry out our plan? Yes, and this time I mean it. You know you're the only one I can never lie to. That's true. And we have to keep this completely secret from the Grand Vizier. Okay, wonderful. And so, where are we going first? The Sharara. Or Sharara. Yawn. Yawn. I feel terribly sleepy all of a sudden. I think I shall retire to my bedchamber. Now things are getting interesting. Well, that was a little more interesting than I expected. It's not every day you get to see an international showdown. Now, the only problem is, how do I convince that ambassador that my mercenaries are superior to her pet puppet? When you get right down to it, my employees are a bunch of useless, no-good... Well, if it ain't second-class private destructive, what do you think of the puppet tussle? Did you find it amusing? Actually, I did. Really? I don't have time for layabout. Good-for-nothing louts just looking to entertain themselves. Stop fooling around and get back to work. All right. Crowd-sourced information. So, the last time that I did anything when it came to, and I know I should learn, I just don't have the effing time. The last time I did anything internally with a PC was adding RAM back like to probably like an old Dell or something. And I remember you had to do like, wasn't RAM, you had to do like, if you wanted 16, you had to do 2 8s. If you wanted 32, you had to do 2 16s or something like that. Anyway, a couple of months ago, I got an award at work. And I had no idea that it had like any kind of like, it was like, oh, AJ, you did really good. We're going to present you with this award. And I was like, oh, thanks. Can I just have money instead? But I had no idea that it actually came with kind of like, there was this website where like they're like, you have X amount of points and you can spend your points. And I was like, oh, okay. So the amount of points that it ended up being was about $100. So I picked up a SSD, an internal one, not like an external one. And I read it's like I did some research, not a whole lot, but I read it's pretty easy, and I don't have to like. I could add it on additionally to the one I currently have in there. I think I have one currently in there. But if anybody knows of a good YouTube video that I could watch, that'd be pretty cool. Because I'm sure there's hundreds of YouTube videos about that, but like if there's one that's like from like a reliable source, I don't need like Pete with his peanut butter toast on his hands. You just install the SSD like this. Remember to rub your socks in the carpet before you touch it. Oh, geez, what is that word? The ambassador plenipotentiary has just arrived from Windhurst. Are you sure it was a Windhurst ambassador? Yes, I saw her with my own eyes. The letter I received from Sir Railfall mentioned no current tension in the Middle Lands. Do you think it's possible that Windhurst seeks to form a separate alliance with Ot Argon? I would not be concerned, Gesho. While the nations of Altana are not on the friendliest terms, the bonds forged during the Crystal War are not easily broken. Do not underestimate the fickle hearts of mortals, especially those who are your economic rivals. And 20 years is a long time. This is merely my personal analysis. Despite being separated by an ocean, Windhurst is the closest nation to the Empire of Ot Argon. It is the nation most concerned with the intentions of Near Eastern neighbors. I believe the decision to allow passage of mercenary ferries was to have trusted adventurers shed some light on the many mysteries of this foreign land. If my theory is correct, we can assume that the ambassador is also here to test the waters, so to speak. Your explanation holds merit. Not that I would have expected less from the right hand of the Golden Knight. Gesho, please. My apologies. I will accept your interpretation of the situation. In any case, you may expect another communication from Sir Railfall on this matter very soon. I am glad I am to hear that. I eagerly await word from our mutual friend. My lord is of the same mind. In an effort to emulate your elegant Eastern character, Sir Railfall has begun penning his correspondence in a unique style. I am most flattered. Unfortunately, the Monarlace is having a harder time than usual when deciphering official documents. I do admire Sir Railfall. He truly is an outstanding soldier among a nation famed for its military might. If you would deceive your enemies, you must begin with your allies, yes? By creating this code-like style of writing, he has constructed a perfect foil to potential conspiracies. I do not think that is the reason. Greetings. You have chosen a fine moment to arrive. Sir Travials and I were just discussing the shifting winds of world politics over a pleasant cup of tea. Won't you join us? How does your work progress? Another matter has occupied me so fully that I've not set foot in Salahim Sentinels in quite some time. You must relate to me all the recent happenings. How does our president fare? We'll talk about, I don't know what that is. What a piteous tale. It is said that a great pile of gold being pieces overflowing from the company coffers was exchanged for hundreds of chunks of platinum. And this pile of gold pieces was your confiscated reward? I must admit that when I first heard the tale, I thought perhaps the president was preparing to hand out our bonuses. This is an outrage. The sample contract President Naja presented me with, that was not your true signature? I'm afraid to say that I was duped just as you were. How can I face Sir Railfall after he warned me against Salahim Sentinels? Lift your head, Gesho. My lord was also tricked into signing a contract. You were both deceived by a cunning operator. That is true. We all share the same fate as our colleague. We must support each other through the times ahead. I have no words to express my feelings. I myself recently had insurance fees deducted from my pay. I secretly wondered if perhaps these funds did not go toward our president's personal expenditures. I am ashamed at my own lack of certainty. However, she does know how to multiply her profits. Should we merely accept the deductions as part of a mercenary company concerned with providing a secure future for aging employees? Okay, I'm done. You are the very soul of patience and perseverance. I too am inspired by your stoicism. I must not lament the hand that I have been dealt, but stand up and carry out my duty. And so, I beg your leave. Sir Travials, may we meet again. Sir Mr. T. What the heck's going on here? Okay, good. Hold on. Email. Not that important. Now I have some tales for your ears alone. These past days I have wandered far from the city into beastman territory. I undertook no mission, but merely wished to see the lay of the land. I trust you will keep this indiscretion secret from President Naja. Now, which beastman territories would you like to hear about? Sure, I guess I'll hear about all of them. It was some days past. I was hiking through the Wajom woodlands when I had the misfortune to be captured by a scouting party and dragged off to Mamuk. The city is built deep within a lush forest which reminded me of the red-leafed foliage of my homeland. Believing that my life would be forfeit when they at last found the mercenary badge upon my person, I began composing my final words. What in the world is this? A trial was held, but the sage lord Mulal Jah inspected my hands and feet. He granted me my freedom, saying that the scales on my limbs were made us beastman kin. He went so far as to invite me to his home. When we began to speak more freely, I realized Sage Lord was as concerned for the fate of his homeland as I was for mine. Night faded into morning as we discussed a great many subjects. One of the more interesting topics concerned the astral candy sense. Sage Lord Mulal Jah believed the Empire's purported reasons for holding the candy sense to be false, and that At-Urgan sought to use the treasure for military purposes. And when the Empire had mastered its use, he was convinced that nothing but catastrophe awaited the city of Mamuk. In other words, Mamul Jah seek to claim the Candescence more to prevent the Empire from achieving its goal than to gain the blessing of power that the treasure provides. He was careful not to reveal the source of his information, but I felt the plight of his people most keenly. What in the world? What could be the truth behind the nature of the astral candescence and the Empire's designs? I wonder if remaining agents of the Empire is truly our best intention. Or interests. Now, which beastman territory would you like to hear about? Unfortunately, I have yet to visit the city of the trolls. It is most certainly on the list of places I would like to explore in my very near future. Do you know the reason why? It may surprise you. The ghost ship, be her name the Ashu Talif or Black Coffin, has been seen frequenting the ports of Halvung. What could possibly connect the ghost ship with the trolls? I will seek my answers at the source. Why am I so concerned with the position of the beastmen? This information greatly affects us as mercenaries of the Empire. Should the dawn come when the spirits of the ghost ship and the mighty trolls join forces to assault Al-Zabi from both land and sea simultaneously, no matter how valiantly they fight, the serpent generals and mercenary forces will be hard-pressed to hold the city. Now, which Beastman territory would you like to hear about? Okay. I've been to that place once since we boarded the ghost ship. More than the vessel herself, I'm interested in Captain Luzoff. However, I was unable to investigate either this time. Lady Destructive, if those sailors have in fact returned from the grave after several hundred years, then might there not be some terrible will at work here? Even without these undead corsairs and the armies of shambling corpses, even without constant bloodshed on the Eastern Front, the borders of this nation are forever drenched in the stench of death. I wish to learn the truth. That is the only reason. I've exhausted my stock of tales for the moment. On my next journey, an attack. Ho ho ho. I could have sworn I saw a Gudo sipping tea without a care. A pity, I was hoping for a chance to cast Flare. Oh, I see you have found an adventurer. Shall I report to Lady Karababa? King of Hearts, you have no time to play. Hurry up now and do as I say. I had completely forgotten my mission. I shall be back momentarily. Sweets, sweets, sweets for the weary. Oh, dearie me, that one will need an overhaul once we return to the Manusturi. Oh, who have we here? Ah, my mistake. Though the resemblance is near, an ambassador from our magical nation would not know a soul among the Ot-Ergon mercenary population. Shantoto, we've met many times. But this is just the thing. My local guide has a habit of disappearing. It is really quite tragic to be dependent on such a fool. But perhaps you might prove to be a more reliable tool. You'll do fine, I'm sure. No time for slacking. Let us begin the tour. You are familiar with the lay of the land, I presume? I wish to see the ruins known by the name of Uldum. There are a few in Windhurst who would recognize the name. It's the philosopher Ramu, who has stolen all the fame. His legendary staff bears the moniker Uldum. You see, Ramu used to manipulate lightning and electricity. Legend has it that he created tools and carts that moved on this power alone, though I wonder how many of these tales were set in stone. There is some truth to this. There is some truth to the stories, I feel, and I mean to get to the bottom of this deal. There are rumors of such tools being dug up in Adaway subterrane. Could this technology be used to drive a Cardian's brain? Afmau. Is this the Shararat tea house? Oh, Offjang. Don't you remember coming here with a Grand Vizier? I did? What is that wonderful aroma? He wouldn't let me try any of the food for fear of upsetting my delicate stomach. And then you got in trouble for stuffing an entire Helvasi in your mouth. Is that like a kielbasi? Oh, that'd be terrific. Oh ho ho. Was that? It couldn't be. Such a rich scent. I think my weariness finally got up and went. I had them grind the highest quality beans for you, Lady Karababa. As well you should. This sutlak pudding is also quite good. So soft and sweet, just like when I was young. This wonderful dessert just melts on the tongue. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I could never mistake that laugh. Seeing her in the flesh brings my oil back to a boil. And to have her enjoying those wonderful sweets right before my eyes. To taste the things that I was never allowed to. That's it. She's going on my enemy for life list. You'll get no disagreement from me. Isn't that? Afmal, look over there. The Salahim's Sentinel's mercenary. What was the name? Destructive? Yes, I remember her well. A Windhurstian ambassador and a mercenary. What could it mean? What could she possibly have to say to a mercenary? I can't hear a thing from here. I'm glad we were able to see her again. Listen to me, Jang. I'm going to try to move a little closer. Are you sure you can do that without being noticed? Why do you think we stopped by the Immortal Supply Room? Don't worry, I know exactly what I'm doing. Oh, very clever. Let's go. Roger. So you see, by my calculations, a weak current passed through the central nervous system should improve a Cardian's reflex speed. By up to 3 times or maybe more, should we have the need. That is why I need to analyze the insulation used in Uldum artifacts. I do hate to work in nothing but abstracts. So she's interested in the Uldum civilization. The reason these puppets are so easy to maintain has so much to do with the ruins and the secrets they contain. Oh, whoa. Mao. What is it? I can't hold on for much longer. It's okay, we can leave soon. We can go? What did you find out? It looks like the Ambassador and Destructive are going to travel to the ruins. I wonder which part. I'm gonna go. I'm going to. Not two, but two. Did you understand my explanation? Because now Adiwa, Subterrane is our next destination. Of course, there is no such option as no. Gather your things and be ready to go. Maybe I'll follow them to the ruins. It should be a short trip, but until I find the best example of Uldum insulation, you'll be getting no tip. So that's what she's looking for. There are treasure-hunting beastmen lurking inside, so make sure you protect this fragile diplomat with your tough mercenary hide. How dare she bully Destructive around like that? Unacceptable. Destructive is my mercenary. The only one allowed to bully her is me. That's not very nice. Afmal, I can't hold on much longer. What on Vanadiel was that noise? Sounds like someone just lost her poise. My sensors do not detect any threat. It may have been a mouse or one of those Kikiern. Aho. All right. That was a lot of reading. A lot of stumbles in our reading, but that's okay. What are you going to do? But, yeah, got a lot of cutscenes done. Actually, only 2, I think. They were long ones, though. Give me a break. Lunch break episode is now over. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Until next time. Take her easy. Thanks. Bye.